The reprehensible behavior of the left carries on. Sobbin Chuck Schumer admits something huge, and the Rooskies need more brewskis. All of that coming up today on the Rebel Buzz. Peter Fonda is a tool. I'm sure you have heard by now his disgusting comments on Twitter earlier this week. Seriously, he's horrible. I would like to use a stronger term like deplorable, but that term carries a much more positive meaning with me since summer of 2016. Thank you very much, Hillary Clinton. If you missed the story, Peter Fonda tweeted this: "We should rip Barron Trump from his mother's arms and put him in a cage with pedophiles and see if mother will stand up against the giant a-hole she is married to. First of all, don't end a sentence with a preposition, idiot. Secondly, you just committed a number of crimes, including threatening a member of the president's family and suggesting bodily harm." But that wasn't the extent of his rant. He also tweeted this: "Kirstjen Nielsen is a lying gash that should be put in a cage and poked at by passerby. The gash should be pilloried in Lafayette Square, naked and whipped by passerby while being filmed for posterity." And then there's this tweet: "SS, Sarah Sanders is a lying gash too, and gash is worse than the C word. Maybe we should take her children away and deport her to Arkansas and giving her children to Stephen Goebbels Miller for safekeeping." So much to talk about here, but I will just say, if you think that Nazi comparisons are even remotely appropriate here, and you think Nazi policy is to detain law-breaking non-citizens while caring for their children and protecting them from harm, feeding them, and giving them health care, then you are a freaking idiot. There is literally nothing Nazi about this, but Peter Fonda isn't alone in his appalling behavior and words. In a tweet that has been deleted, television writer Pat Dussault responded to Fonda's tweet referring to Donald Trump Jr.'s daughter, saying this: "Don't worry, we're coming for Chloe too." Now, all of this is in response to children being detained at the border. They're so worried about these kids being traumatized by being detained. So you mean to tell me that getting trafficked through Mexico and across the border didn't traumatize these kids, but being housed in a warehouse with beds and blankets, 3 meals a day, and Sony PlayStations did? I've been saying this all along. We all have. This is not a Trump policy. Don't you remember Elian Gonzalez? Democrats do not care about the kids. They care about the votes. Democrats don't want kids released, but they don't want them separated. What they really want is blanket amnesty. That is their ultimate goal. But there is a little bit of silver lining to this story, because someone happened upon Peter Fonda's Wikipedia page while for a very short amount of time his bio was edited. Someone very clever edited his page to say this: "Peter Henry Fonda, born February 23rd, 1940, is an American child molester." This lovely lady on Twitter captured it just in the nick of time, so sometimes the internet really delivers something fun. And sticking with our immigration topic, in hypocrisy news today, let's talk about Sobbin Chuck Schumer and his Democrats. He is a hypocrite for sure, but he also lifted the veil just enough to confirm what we have known all along. Democrats don't want a solution to the immigration child detainment issue. They don't want a fix. They don't want legislation or immigration reform. They want to keep the problem alive and burning for political points by using illegal immigrant children as pawns to score votes. Look no further than the fact that the children being separated from parents and detained during the Obama administration got nearly no press. They didn't care when it was their dude in office, but with Trump in the White House, they have their donkey to pin it on instead of the proper donkey, the Democrat jackasses who kicked the can down the road for 8 years under Obama. Obama could have signed an EO as well. Democrats could have fixed this when they had a supermajority, but they didn't want to bring attention to the issue because they didn't care. On Tuesday, Chuck Schumer and his band of idiots dismissed a GOP plan to end the separation of illegal immigrant children from their illegal immigrant guardians. I say guardians because the majority of them aren't with adults who share their DNA. During session this week, Schumer told reporters this:
"Well, there are so many obstacles to legislation, and when the president can do it with his own pen, it makes no sense."
And when reporters probed him on whether he would approve a bill proposed by Mitch McConnell, he said he wants to keep the focus on Trump. It's all about Trump. It's all about propping up an issue that they could have handled a decade ago and using it as a bargaining chip to pass wholesale amnesty. That's all it's ever been about. For Democrats, amnesty equals votes, which equals winning elections and retaining power. And that's what it's always ever been about. And to finish up on a non-political note, pop open a beer. Hopefully you have one in your fridge, but if you were in Russia, you don't. The Ruskies need more brewskis. There's a beer crisis occurring in Russia, so as with anything, blame the Russians, specifically Russian soccer fans. No, really, this one actually is on the Russians. The World Cup is taking place in Russia, and soccer fans are out drinking the country's beer supply. Now, Russia is known for vodka, but apparently that isn't the drink of choice for these football fans. Restaurants are running low or completely running out of beer as fans celebrate victories and drown their sorrows after defeat. A waitress in Moscow who was interviewed by Esquire said that after running out of beer on Monday, they simply didn't account for the fact that the fans would be exclusively drinking beer. So how much beer are we talking about? 211 gallons in 3 days to be exact, at one bar. Other bars ran out of beer before the day's match even began. Now, due to taxes and regulations, Russians have been drinking less beer in recent years, but the World Cup clearly reversed that, at least temporarily. Hey, maybe they can get some beer-friendly legislation out of this if they can last another 3 weeks. Hey, we'll be happy to send you some good old American beer with a hefty tariff, of course, because, you know, law of supply and demand, that's just the beauty of capitalism. That's what we have here in America. Everybody, have a great weekend. I'm Amanda Head, the Hollywood Conservative, and thanks for watching The Rebel Buzz. If you enjoyed my commentary and want to hear more from all of us here at The Rebel, subscribe to our premium content at www.therebel.media/shows. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter for all of our latest news, and download our awesome new app for The Rebel Media on the App Store. That way you will have instant and easy access to all of our latest videos and your favorite Rebel shows. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Amanda Head for The Rebel.